welcome to the final talk o'clock of 2017. The year pretty much is done. Well, there's one more week left, but I'm not gonna film. I'm gonna take a vacation, because that's what I do at the end of the year. I take a vacation. So let me see. This week, well, I got a little more stuff done than I did the weeks before. For example, I definitely have color on my finger, so might be that I have been doing some artwork. Just a tiny little card project, nothing fancy, but at least whoop whoop. Besides filming on Monday, I did one more little art project, and the battery is dying. Battery replacement successful. I don't know why they die so fast. I had 2 bars and 20 seconds later there's no bar left on the camera. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I was saying that at least I did another tiny little art project, so creativity isn't dead yet. I also filmed Monday, so I was good there. And I already prepped another project that I'm gonna film between the years, as they say in Germany. It's called Zwischen die Jahre. Which means the week between Christmas and New Year's. That's between the years. So I'm gonna film, or I'm hoping that I have time enough and energy and stuff to film. But yeah, I have at least things planned out. So the prep work, the pre-production for artwork definitely did work this week, which I take as a very positive sign. I haven't had that in a month, which is, yeah, it's time that I get some creative sparks back. But I've also been doing other things this week. For one, I've been working a lot on the volunteer project. So I indexed over 1,000 records, or batches as they name it, so far. So I did maybe 500 this week. The rest was done before in earlier weeks in December, but I cracked the 1,000 mark and I really enjoyed it, and I'm very sure that I'm going to invest some time for that tonight when yeah, I'm done with my own ancestry work. So I'm usually allotting a couple of hours for my own ancestry project, and then I go to the volunteer work and just index records when I not when I hit a bump or anything, but when I come to a point in the research where I might have to think about something, or I might have to tweak my my search patterns a bit, and I might need to think about stuff, how to get to information that I'm looking for. Where could I search? How could I do that? What were certain, say, certain churches back then, what were they called? Do I look in the German language or in the Polish, the French? What language am I looking for? What am I searching for? Am I looking for a certain name? Do I maybe research where a certain last name was common in a certain area at a certain time, blah blah blah. So whenever I have to change my search patterns a tiny little bit and restart the search, so not just maybe changing one letter in the name that I'm looking for and everything stays the same and I just click enter and new records or different records show up. No, when I have a little more tweaking to do, that's usually when I take a break. And when I well, move on to the volunteer project and index tons and tons of data for also other people to hopefully soon be able to access. So that's what I've been doing a lot this week. I've been working on my own ancestry project as well, like I said, and I currently am looking through 7,921 entries of a church book, a Protestant church books. No, it's not one church book, it's a whole list of church books from Thüringen, which is one of the areas in excuse me, in Germany, and I'm looking through the Protestant church books. Sorry, I have to look there because I have to read it. From 1591 to 1875. So I'm looking for I'm looking through the whole list. So I used only a certain city. So I'm looking through all the church books that are available for that one city, but I didn't choose any names to look for. I just went with a city to broaden the search and maybe get records that might not be in my usual search. So I'm looking through thousands of records of church books, and that is just one city, and I have 3 cities that I have to look for in that particular area. So yeah, I'm looking for that. And then I also am looking for another person who I have not looked for so far, because I didn't really have a lot of data for him, and they are not in my direct line of ancestors, but a step ancestor, so to say. So I'm looking for new records there as well, trying to find out when that step ancestor immigrated to the States. Emigrated with an E, not with an I. He immigrated there, but he emigrated here. So I'm also searching for passenger lists. I found another ancestor in my direct, or from, no, it's not my direct line, but it's probably a cousin of my great-grandfather, who also immigrated to the States. So I found a suitable name there, and it looks more and more to the point that well, he belongs to the family. So I got a couple of hits there that I have to look through and that I have to well, research, and that is what I'm currently doing. I'm also trying to find out, I found another name that is on my great-grandmother's side, so the German folks, not the Polish folks. And there I found something in the old emperor and king, kind of a royal army. So early 20th century, when Austria and Germany still kind of had an army together. Well, it's pre-World War I. So I kind of found a name there that fits with the area and such. So I'm wondering if it is maybe a brother of my great-grandmother. So I found a couple of names, I found a couple of hints that I have to follow up and research that take a long time and that are quite exhausting to follow up because, well, I'm working with kind of common names. So at least from my German ancestors, the Prussian ancestors, they are very common names, so it takes a while. But, well, I got a couple of podcasts, and I got a couple of things done and found things this week where I got new points to look for, to go down rabbit holes to research if, well, some of them are related, if I can use those documents to then connect them to other documents that I find that I'm not sure that they belong to my family, because they're kind of, well, not very specific, let's put it this way. So that was a lot of time that I spent this week, and that was kind of exhausting, but very satisfying, so that was awesome. And let me show you, because I always say it's a volunteer thing, and I'm very happy that I got quite a couple of batches done this week. But let me show you, this is what it looks like. This is actually a pretty well preserved document, and this is really very well readable. Not all of them look this way. Sometimes I really have to go letter by letter by letter and zoom in, zoom out to see, because they're soiled documents, they're very old, and sometimes the ink is blotchy and such, so this is one of the more pristine documents that, well, I did work on, and that I indexed, and I'm having lots and lots of those that I work from Saxony, which is another part of Germany, and yeah, it's been a blast. I've been catching up with a lot of podcasts while working on those indexes. I cannot listen to podcasts when I work on my own ancestry project. I kind of gotta have silence there, because in the back of my mind I always have to think and make sure and check myself that I'm not just assuming or going down for documents saying, yeah, this is an ancestor or a family member, and then it's not, because I did not go with a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no kind of thing in my head, where this is how I figure out how probable it is that I found the person for that particular spot in my family tree, blah, 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 blah. And I cannot do that when there's any noise around. Also, I'm filming it, so yeah, I can't listen to podcasts when I do my own ancestry, but I can do it when I index. So I've been catching up on a lot of podcasts. I still have a lot of podcasts in my queue, so I'm good to have some listening entertainment while I type. And looking next to me, I still have so many things to do, let me show you one thing. I haven't shown anything of my own ancestry project for a while now. So for example, this is all the books where, this is the book where I listed all of the photos with data there, and all of the letters, and all of these post-its here on the side. All of these, there's dozens of them. These are all things that I have to catch up with, that I still have to research. I mean, the book is almost full, but I have so many clues and data and things that I have to follow up on, or that I have to research, so still a lot of work there. And well, then I have, these are the recent things that I've found that I got. So this is all worked on, this is all the Prussian family side, so my parental, no, my, oh god, what is it, paternal, my paternal side, and it is both of my great grandparents. So there's a lot of documents there that I already, well, that I already put in there that are done pretty much. And then there's a lot of research to be done. There's more documents that I found for the same part of family, and also a little bit for my my grandmother's family. So the Polish ones that I also have. This is also follow-up, and it's a lot of documents and clues and things that I still have to research, and then I still have to put in some things that I found. For example, these are old lists from this one is something end of 19th century, 1885. So there are names that come up. The one that I said, it might be a brother of my great-grandmother. So these are not in my family tree yet. I still have to check and verify if they belong there. So yeah, there's still so much to do, but I knew that going in, so I'm fine. But I just did a lot of progress there this week, which is again very satisfying. I mean, I'm sitting there for sometimes 5, 6, 7 hours, and I'm looking for things, and I'm researching, and I'm trying to figure something out, and make 100% sure that I am correct with what I find, and that it is what I think it is. And yeah, it's and then you just get one partial thing verified 100%, and that is like a big huge party. It's like, whoop! Open the champagne, I found a new clue, I found a new detail, I verified something. So it's very satisfying when that happens. It doesn't happen a lot currently, but yeah, when it does, it's really awesome. And it might happen a little more very soon, because another thing that happened this week and that I'm very happy about is I got a couple of Christmas cards. All of them were handmade. They're from friends and family, and also new families. So I've been reaching out to distant family members, and I, for example, got a Christmas card back today. And she said, oh yeah, because I also wrote a letter, said, you may be interested. Do you want to know what I found out about your ancestors or our shared ancestors? And do you want to know? Should I send you something? And apart from that, do you maybe want to help? Give me some information about your part of the family. And she said, yeah, I'm really looking forward. And she sent me a beautiful handmade card. And I got a new helper. I got a new family connection. Yeah, it's nice. I really like it. We met once. I think it is 15 years ago or something. And I didn't realize. I only realized it when I worked on putting the photos into the family tree and working with my uncle, and him telling me who certain people are on photos whom I didn't recognize, that I realized, oh, I met her. This is her. This is the one family connection that is kind of hazy and fuzzy, and I can't get a grip on a person with a name something to go from, and then realizing, oh, I met her 15 years ago. I'm standing next to her on a photo, so this is like, yay, awesome. So that was very, very cool. But aside from looking into the past and researching and trying to figure stuff out and pretty much puzzling things together, I also did another kind of a puzzle thing. Daniel and I played another exit game yesterday, which was really cool. It's one of my favorites so far. It's the Orient Express one. I don't remember the full title. The Dead Man or the Dead Person or something. The Deceased in the Orient Express. I don't remember what the exact title is, but it was a pro level, so the most difficult level, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to solve that. And also what I did, I saw the Star Wars movie, the new one, yesterday. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, this is not gonna make my favorite Star Wars movie by far. No, it's, yeah. There's a few things that I liked, and a few things that, or all the rest you just could, well, get rid of in my personal book. I really liked and I'm gonna put in a spoiler now. If you don't want to be spoiled, put me on mute and fast forward to the point that there is no spoiler anywhere written on the screen anymore. I'm just gonna talk openly about the movie. I think that's easiest. So, 3, 2, 1, spoiler alert. So I really liked the cinematography of the movie, so it was shot very well. Tone, so color scheme, tone, pace, the way the frames were filled with objects and people and such. It was very, very nicely done, very beautiful. Music was awesome, and the special effects didn't overpower the music and the spoken word in the German version this time around. So we went with Daniel's parents, and so we went for the German version. And quite often it happens that the words, so the spoken audio track with all the words, is way more quiet than the special effects and the music. And I don't know why that is. It doesn't matter what cinema we go to. It's not just one cinema that this happens. It's all over the place. Sometimes it even happens with the English version, but this time around it was very nice. It wasn't too loud, and the special effects didn't overpower, so audio-wise, they didn't overpower the music and what was spoken in the movie. So that these were just looking and listening is very pleasant, and I really liked. There was one particular shot when what's her name? The Vice General, Laura Dern, played her, when she goes to well, have a space jump happening, and she pretty much jumps through I forgot his name. See, he wasn't even Star Wars Voldemort. His character, I don't know what they're doing with him. He was not memorable. So when she goes through his ship, the way this was shot and the absence of sound, gorgeous. My favorite scene, my favorite moment in the movie. I really also liked the way Rey and Kylo did communicate through the Force. That was beautifully done, and I really liked how they did, how they wrote the conversation that is a conversation, and not the, oh, I'm a Jedi, I'm on the good side. Oh, I'm not a Jedi, I'm not on the good side, so I'm evil, I'm good, and there's nothing in between except for some lightsabers, but they do have a conversation. And I really liked that. I even liked it to the point, and I liked that leads into what I liked a lot for the movie, to see where seeing where they want to go with the story out of the Skywalker universe into a new universe. I really liked that. The line that Kylo said, "Let's leave it all behind us. Let's take everything and just burn it and trash it and leave it behind, all the Jedi, all the Sith, all of that, and move forward." I liked it to this point, and I wished Rey would have said yes. But then he said the sentence, "Let's have you and I rule together for a new order." And I was like, nope. Because this is just the same thing with a different name. It might be, I don't know, instead of Skywalker, it's Solo or whatever. It's just a different name than Skywalker, but it would be the same recipe for Star Wars in the universe. And that is what I didn't like. And I heavily rolled my eyes at it, because it's just like, oh gosh. Knowing that there's a third movie in this trilogy, and I really hope they leave the Skywalker saga behind in the third movie and go for something else, because the universe is big enough to really have amazing stories to come up with and be told in a way that is wonderful for both kids and adults. It doesn't have to be this old format anymore. So that was what I liked, and all the rest you could just trash. It's very harsh to say, I know, but story-wise, there's nothing. The whole casino thing, it doesn't move the story forward to the point that they couldn't have done it in another way. Phasma was given not enough to be actually in the movie. They could definitely bring her back in movie number 3. So episode 9, they wouldn't need her here in this movie section. And it dragged out the movie for half an hour, 45 minutes. So now I was sitting there yawning. The fluffy little bird penguin things, whatever they are, I might be a little cynical, but it's a wonderful thing to have merch. So other than that, I don't see the point of those creatures. Not very happy with that. Poe, Finn, Leia, and Luke did well. No, let's take let's only take Finn, Poe, and Leia. They didn't move enough for me as a character. They didn't have an arc that is enough. They had like whoop, mini arcs, and it's just it just wasn't enough. It felt very much like this movie was just to prepare the next movie. And 2.5 hours of filler movie. Come on, guys. This is not the way to go. I was very disappointed there. I liked the grumpy Luke. I know he's maybe not the most well-liked version of Luke in the fan base and everybody. I've seen tweets where, well, they said he was so out of character, but I can actually see how you get well, very grumpy and very black and white, closed off with your way you see the world. So I actually liked his grumpy bit. What I didn't like is how they tried to have a Deadpool in Star Wars 2. Some of the jokes were neat and fine and funny, but others, it was just, the joke for the joke's sake. And it was really to the point that I very heavily rolled my eyes, and that's not a Star Wars movie to me that I would like to rewatch. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed there, but then again, I spent 2.5 hours with my in-laws, so that was a lot of fun. We had our Christmas tradition watching a movie together at the cinema. That was very, very cool. And, well, Daniel and I just discussed the movie at length, and we're so... he's a little more on the... He likes it a little more. He's more forgiving than I am about these movies. So, we were talking a lot about the movie yesterday, which was a lot of fun and very interesting to see where we come from with our thoughts. And now I can go to the web and also listen to podcasts that were kind of spoilery that I couldn't listen before and such. So I'm interested what the world thinks. If you have seen the movie and want to share your thoughts with me, let me know. I'm really curious what you think, and if you maybe agree. I don't know. I'm not saying that my opinion is dogma. Not at all. It's just what I saw and what I struggle with in a good story, and I'm looking for good stories. I'm not looking for just entertainment. I'm looking for a good story, and that it is well done. I'm a story nerd, so oopsie. Anyways, this has been my week so far. I'm looking at the recording time. Sorry, this is a very long video, but well, it's fine, I guess. I hope, because I'm not gonna be here next week. And the week after, I'm gonna be back. Should be the 13th of January, I hope. I'm gonna have updates on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram if something comes up. So you will see things there. But I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna leave you now. I wish you very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, quiet, enjoyable, sweet time with your loved ones, maybe with a couple of games or, well, something that you all love to do together, not just the, well, commercial part of Christmas, but the spending quality time with your loved ones. I hope you enjoy and just relax and, well, have a huge smile on your face throughout the holidays. I also wish you all the best for the next year. We're gonna see each other next year. There's gonna be pre-produced videos on the channel, of course, so there's a couple of things coming up between Christmas and New Year's. And I wish you all the best. I thank you very, very much for watching videos this year on my channel. That is very much appreciated. I thank you for the comments and the likes and the fun and, well, the conversations in direct messengers or offline. So thank you very much for that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next year again. And let's see where life and art and this channel takes us. So it's gonna be a surprise for everybody, I guess. So have fun, take good care, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.